dang it, it's almost over. Third segment.
Gosh.
Goes so fast.
Well, I love this segment on education because I think we need to be so proud of our leaders and our teachers and those moms out there and dads who are now teachers.
Yeah. Oh gosh, it's not just opening a book and reading from it, you know.
No.
You've got to sit your kids down and make them focus, and I don't know, you know what, why am I talking about it? We have a guest here to tell us about it. Right here, one of my very good friends, her and her husband Keith, Yvonne Weiniger, co-owners of the Bird Shop. Yvonne, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Hello.
Jackie, go ahead and lead us off.
You know what? I'm excited to have a mom on this show today. Yvonne, you're a business owner. That means you're putting in 40 plus hours a week, and somehow now you have the title teacher added to you. How are you incorporating being a business owner and being a mom and being a teacher on top of everything?
All right. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me on the show. It's a pleasure for me to be here to share how this situation has affected our family and our routine and the process of just, running a business and having the kids at home and pretty much turning into a teacher. So, well, first of all, I've always worked from home. So I've always had established routine and, very structured. The kids left and I just kind of did my thing. And suddenly I realized that they're going to be home long term. So here comes plan B. And, you get a structure. It's been definitely a learning experience. And for sure, we've been finding a balance and adjusting because there's a little bit of everything. They have to do schoolwork. We have to do some fun stuff too. We have to just make sure we're getting along. And boredom could be a part of this process too. They're not seeing their friends. I have to have into consideration their emotional state as well. So it's a combination of a lot of things. And I do have to say that the teachers have been a tremendous support throughout all this process. And their meetings and the assignments and everything, that all combined with what we're doing here at home has just helped us make it through this. But for sure, a learning experience and a challenge. So we have a routine, we have our schedule that we follow, and in between that, we do fun things too. I want the kids to learn how to bake, how to cook, how to garden. So in between all that is not just math and science and history, but other like basic skills.
All right, so Yvonne, we know you're from Colombia. There's a tiny bit of an accent there. We know your family's back there. Just tell us, because I don't know, so I don't know what goes on outside of America a lot. And we've asked some other people these questions too. We had our Dominique from the Caribbean, and he was telling us about that. Yvonne, how are things going in Colombia? Is it just as bad as it is here?
Well, I'm going to start by telling you that I only don't have family in Colombia, but in other parts, like abroad everywhere, like Europe and Canada, and friends and cousins that are everywhere. So let me start with Colombia. Pretty much same thing. Everybody's in lockdown right now. They have a deadline, I believe, at the end of the month, but everybody is in their homes just trying to contain the virus. Specifically where my family is, it's a small town and nothing has come there yet, but they're taking the precautions to stop whatever could be coming their way. They're in quarantine, they're taking care of things, and it's pretty much what they're doing here. This situation hit really close to home because 2 weeks ago, a cousin of mine that I haven't seen in 30 years passed away from complications from the virus, and that was just shocking to me, just to hear that a person so close to me could be going through that. So he traveled to Canada and United States and Mexico, and when he came home, he was already experiencing some symptoms. So he passed away 2 weeks ago. So that's crazy to hear that everywhere is everywhere. I have not talked to one person that hasn't said that this has not affected them. Same with my friends in Europe and Canada, same thing. Everybody has been affected by this, and everybody's taking the precautions to stay healthy.
Wow.
Yvonne, sometimes educators are not, they don't get a lot of pub. You have moms and dads that take their kids to school in the morning, they drop them off, and that's it for the day. But I I have an educator in my home, which is my wife, and I know the impact that she makes on her students and the stories that she's brought home to me to tell me about. But what would you say to teachers out there that this is their profession and they're guiding our kids and guiding our community forward?
Well, first of all, the job of a teacher is just amazing. And I've been able to realize and appreciate everything they do for my kids and for all the kids out there. They are physical support, emotional support, every support in any way. And I have realized everything they do in a more loving manner of how hard they work to keep our kids educated and safe. So a huge shout out to all the teachers out there for all their hard work and everything they do. And they're still doing. The teachers are not in the classroom, but they're working so hard to make sure that our kids stay connected and stay healthy and stay in that learning curve. So just a huge thank you. That's all I have for all the teachers out there. And to the moms that are with their kids at home, being teachers now, stay strong. Stay strong and do what is right for you.
God, people are going to appreciate teachers so much more than they already did after this. They're like, whoa, I can't believe you had to put up with my kids this whole day. You know?
No kidding. You know, I don't think we can hold our coffee cups enough, not only for parents and even grandparents. I bet there's a lot of grandparents teaching as well. But let's give it up for our leadership in the schools. Let's give it up for the bus drivers and the cafeteria cooks and everybody that's making sure that the process continues on.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, Jackie.
That was good.
I can't believe the show's over already.
And I loved this show because I love education. They're teaching the future generation of our leaders. And so I just give it up for teachers and administration and all of those moms and dads and grandparents out there teaching today. What a great sense of unity, as Mike Kurt said at the beginning of the show. Unity is a great word to use today for this.
Yeah, it sure
know?
is. Yeah, it's just been I thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Appreciate you giving us your time. I think we learned a lot today.
We did.
Next week's show, Jackie, we're going to do our retail show. It's going to be our retail edition. We're going to talk to business owners around here and just see how they've been, how they're doing.
Gosh, and this is really soft and dear to my heart as well. Brick and mortar retailers.
Yeah.
You know, everybody wants to know your name and you want to feel loved and appreciated. And those owners are ready for their customers to come back, not just curbside delivery. They want you to come in and they want to just visit with you. You know, retail is therapy. Not only do we buy goods and services, it's just an incredible experience. I call it the ultimate customer guest experience. And I'm excited to visit with these retailers and find out how they've been navigating through this and what we as a community can do to support them as we go into the summer months and then into the fall.
It's called retail therapy, Jackie. When I went out and bought these jeans with no holes in them today, I felt so much better afterwards. All right, we are out of time, Jackie. Once again, thank you for joining us. Tune in next week. On behalf of Michael Kurt, Vance Morris, Yvonne Weiniger, Jackie Hager, I am Eric Crossland, Andrew Bell, and this has been The Social Space.